I'm Coulter Wonkite. I'm already into the 420, damn it.
So what are you doing? Nothing? Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is not much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiva grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Yep, this is the 420 radio show. We are live here at somewhere in 420 land. Hello, guys. Time to unmute your mic. Do I actually have to send out that little thing that says, please unmute your mic? They waited so long. Here they go. And another one.
I was just reading.
I was busy.
What were you guys reading, and what were you busy for?
Mine's annoying.
Oh. What's going on, MJ?
Not much. I was just eating.
I was eating too earlier. What did you have?
Right now?
Yeah.
I have a Long John.
Oh. Uh-oh, Marcel's going all Christmassy.
Yeah. Tis the season.
Tis the season to be poor.
That's about as... That's as
is
much
that your
Christmas
Hanukkah,
decorating.
Is that your
I'm
Hanukkah
doing.
candles up there as well?
I think there's only like 5.
There's supposed to be... You're lacking 2 more. You need 2 more.
I know.
Yeah.
No, isn't it 8 crazy nights?
No, there's 7 candles. 7 nights. But then there's the one that you light everything with. So
There's
yes.
8
honestly,
nights.
all I know about the Jewish faith is from Adam Sandler. So.
Yeah. We will play that song for you at some point during the season.
Oh, it's fucking... I love the man.
He did it. He did another one, of it.
I only knew the free version.
Yeah, he did a replay. Yeah. I had...
I liked it.
I had... I'm smoking some Applejack tonight, so I'm a little confused.
Is it
Guess what I'm going to smoke tonight?
It's nice, yeah. It's nice.
I'm going to smoke a Truro Cannabis product that's not available in Nova Scotia.
Okay, but you got to turn your camera on and show it.
It's just a joint. It's already rolled.
Oh, it's one of your pre-rolls?
No, it's one that I rolled myself. But
So yes,
I know what he's fucking smoking.
But you guys, your pre-rolls came out this week, right? Or last week?
No.
They come out actually
next
they
week.
hit Nova Scotia. They'll be out in Nova Scotia in 2 weeks. They hit the.
Yeah, but you've already
next
been
week.
doing your posties.
Oh yeah.
We're just showing people what they're going to look like.
It's all about the hype, sir.
We're rather proud of them.
It's all about
You
the
want
hype.
people to know about them first before you put them on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
create the anticipation.
Oh, speaking of which, check out my new shirt.
I see that. The way we
hold on. Let me
saw the
feature your
chair
film.
there.
Let me feature your thing because then we can see. What does
So
it say?
this is actually one of my designs.
Herbivore.
Sorry, I have it a little ruffled there, but
She's got big boobs.
So
Come on,
one
say
of
it.
my designs. We all know that. Come on, that's old news. This is new news.
Now,
I started a clothing line.
If you want to see them, you can see them in her picture in the Toronto Sun yesterday's. Anyways, go ahead. Finish your saying. This is your clothing line. That's cute. I'd wear one if you give me a triple XL.
I like how just advertised.
Whatever size you'd like.
Awesome.
And
now, different
just
colors as well.
If you'd like, I can I'll advertise this one. If you'd like to purchase the one that I'm actually wearing right now, we'll quadruple the price. I won't even wash it.
It's for a good cause.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, but
yeah,
Al wasn't really advertising the shirt. He was just advertising your boobs that are in the Toronto Sun.
It's all right. I'm just advertising the pit.
It actually is a cool shirt.
With it.
Do the pit stains come with it? That's almost as good as fucking buying underwear, man. Not that I've ever bought underwear. No, I bought my own underwear.
No, but we can do them in whatever size.
Somebody's going to call her up and say, somebody's going to message her and say, I'll pay you 5 times as much if you go jogging.
Okay, so now hold on a sec.
I got a flip flop too that's got indents in it if you want it.
Yeah, for all you foot worshippers out there.
I need to pay for this new ring light I got.
I see that in your
Somebody
in your
told
glasses.
me you should get a ring light. It'll definitely improve your video quality.
It does.
What's a ring light?
How does that improve
Look at
anything?
the reflection.
Well, unless you're wearing glasses.
Oh, I see it now.
Right? I'm like, I can't even see now. But you can see.
It's
contacts. Contacts.
No, then I'd have to touch my eyeball.
Yeah, I agree.
So what's everybody
I know
smoking?
exactly what you're saying.
What are you smoking, MJ?
I'm still working on the $40 ounces Widow.
Oh. I'll have to try. I got some, like I said, Applejack, which is a Widow and Jack Herrera cross. I read that today.
What are you smoking, Lenny?
I will be smoking Biscotti from Darcy.
From Darcy.
Oh, yeah, I got some Biscotti too. I should roll
like
that
the
up.
bread?
I haven't tried it.
Anyone notice Darcy's out ill this
Okay,
evening?
I have a poll that I would like to start right now. I am still featuring spotlighting Mary Jane's video, and I think I'm just going to leave it because, she's so dang cute, and she's our sunshine girl.
I'm like, you guys can see in my box right now.
Well, we like looking in your box.
Oh, everybody likes my box.
Yeah, well, everybody got to see your boobs.
This might be the highest ratings this show ever had.
Amen. We went to video.
Because the way the chair was set up first when we first come on, we thought it was going to be like a peep show or something. And well,
my chair.
It was either a peep show or we were waiting for a death sentence.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't even do a peep show if I wanted because, like, wool socks, they're not
It's
really
winter.
all that
Yes,
sexy.
you could. At this point.
It's also Canada.
Yes.
I don't see myself that way. So
I'm actually smoking wedding mints.
Is this your first try of the wedding mint, Marcel?
Yep.
Wedding mint?
Wedding mints.
And that's from Truro?
Yeah, it's from Truro, but it's only available in Ontario.
Oh, where can I get one?
I don't know. I got it from somebody who brought it back from Ontario for us to try.
That's so sad.
We can grow it, but we can't try it.
It's fucking stupid.
So like that's ridiculous, isn't it? Like, I mean, I remember my buddy used to work at Molson, and they got beer at lunch. They got a case of beer every Friday night. When they walked out the door, they got a fucking case of beer on the house, and they could drink as much beer as they want when they were not on duty, but in there. They had a bar there, right? But yet,
Bushhead Brewery's the same way. They were a customer of mine, and we'd meet in their boardroom, and they had a bar with taps of all of the beer that they make.
Well, when do you remember? Remember Ted Corliss? He was. I think that's who it was. He's doing a thing in Colorado, wasn't that Ted?
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing a winery-based tourist attraction,
Right.
where because
he was going to have it set up with cannabis farms included. So
that's right, where you could walk through, but he wasn't. You're not even allowed to walk through the farms there. He has to have glass up, and I don't know if he actually ever. This came to fruition or not, but I think that's fucking ridiculous. When the hemp farm opened up near Barrie, they were doing tours all the time because it was so new, and they had to basically say to people, "Hey, this isn't weed. Stop coming and trespassing." Right?
Yeah.
So that was a good way to do it. You open up it as a public place, and people can see what's going on.
I kind of feel like I need to point out that doctors used to smoke in hospitals.
Yes. walking down the
we
fucking
don't,
hall.
We don't anymore. So things are just changed.
I remember smoking.
I smoked
walking
in a
down the
hospital.
hospital. You're sitting in your bed in the hospital in the waiting room having a smoke. You know.
You guys are really aging yourself right now, eh?
Hey, I smoked on airplanes.
Yes, I have smoked on airplanes as well.
On the armrest.
This is when I knew there was something wrong with our government, okay? Because I was around when the government said, "Oh no, you can only smoke inside, but you have to build these special rooms, and they have to be ventilated to outside and whatever." And all these, the malls, the businesses, they all spent thousands of dollars to refurbish their, renovate their malls and their stores and their offices. And then the government said, no smoking inside. So it was like a complete waste of money. And the fact that they're able to change their mind and just, we're just going to change it.
Yeah.
I understand
cool.
New information and learning and growing with the times, but come on, when people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars to adapt with whether it's packaging for your products or, THC levels or whatever it is we're talking about, it's just constantly changing.
Yes, it is. Speaking of constantly changing, we've had some very, very, very interesting things happen this week. Not here in Canada. No.
That's not true. We had a meteor.
Oh, this is true over Toronto, yeah. Yep. Well, I'm sure it was over more than Toronto, but yes, I heard
New York
that.
And...
Yep.
Was Ben Affleck on it?
Affleck. Did you watch his new movie yet that's on Netflix?
Oh, the something way or my own. I want the basketball one.
No, he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer, and what's his name? The Aussie guy is a reporter.
Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe. Thank you. The Aussie guy.
I haven't watched it. I actually like Ben Affleck.
I do. You know what? I just said that to Tim earlier because we were watching it just to see the preview. I said I'll watch that. I like Ben Affleck. He's a great actor. People forget.
I think he's great.
People forget that right out of the gate, they won an Oscar for writing this movie, a little movie called Good Will Hunting, with Robin Williams.
I was gonna say I'm a Damon fan.
Right
I don't
out,
like
but but what I'm getting at, Mary Jane, is right out of the gate, they won an Oscar. Okay, 2 guys from Boston just wrote a script, contacted people. They were ready to beg Robin Williams. He says, "Oh no, I'll do it." And he won an Oscar for it. Huh?
It was a great movie.
Yeah. There's been a few movies that suck. But that's the same, there's been a few movies that Al Pacino has done that sucked. Right? Do you ever see the one that Al Pacino did where he played Al Pacino, but as you would perceive Al Pacino, the theater actor? It's fucking hilarious, actually. Oh, yeah. He plays himself as Al Pacino. Okay? As the overly eccentric Al Pacino you would think he would be on. That Al Pacino.
What's that one called?
I can't remember.
Great.
But he's an old actor, and he's a stage actor that is always on, and it's just I think it was supposed to be semi-serious, but it was all right. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. Huh?
I'll do this too. Did you see the new movie the newer movie with Clint Eastwood?
Yes, The Mule. I've seen it twice. In fact, that was the last movie that I saw with my mom in the theater.
Yeah?
Yep.
Is it good?
Oh, it's fucking awesome. And it's based on a true story.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it actually is really good.
It's about an old man who needed some money, found out that he could make money doing mule jobs for the cartel, and he literally became the highest paid drug mule ever for the cartel until he was arrested and caught.
Not cartel, cartels, because he was doing such a good job
for all of them.
For one, other ones hired him and had them do muling for him. But
he was doing such a good job, but they still treated him like a mule. right? So, but it's based on a true movie, or true story, and I would recommend it for sure. You liked it, Len?
I didn't watch it. I started to, and I knew it was going to be good, but
It's worth
when I
watching.
saw him, when I saw him, and this is probably ages and coming up really bad, but when I saw him, it was like Clint was like my hero, and it looks like he's in a diaper, and it's just like I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, he didn't look like Clint Eastwood anymore. He looked like an old man portraying Clint
No,
Eastwood.
no, and it just I actually stopped watching it because like one of my favorite movies all time is Unforgiven.
Okay.
And it's like, and I was like William Money. I was like, oh my god,
He's
like,
not
he
that.
was the most badass character.
He's
like the
not
last
that
fucking
tough
scene
guy
of that movie.
anymore. He's not
I
that.
know, it
He's
killed
not
me.
Dirty Harry anymore. He's like, go ahead, give me some pablum.
and I know it's a great movie, and he's a great director, and I couldn't do it.
But you should watch if you're a fan of Clint Eastwood. Excuse me, you should watch it because
someday I will. But I actually did start to watch it.
You should watch it because
10 minutes.
Apparently this is his last movie.
Oh, based on his age, I imagine it is.
Yeah, apparently this is his last movie.
No.
Why are you smirking, Mary Jane? Do you even know who Clint Eastwood is?
Oh, frig you. I'm sitting here wondering how we got derailed. Oh, look, a squirrel. But you said...
We got derailed about... What did we get derailed on?
So we started talking about movies, but we were really supposed to talk about... I did it. I talked about the meteor. It's my fault. Like, what happened this week?
What happened this week?
The meteor, and I started it, unfortunately.
Yeah. What happened this week is for the first... Well, what happened today, specifically, for the first time, the U.S. Congress has said that they are going to consider decriminalizing cannabis in the United States. And they voted on it, 2 days ago?
Yeah, where's Kurt? We need him.
It's his birthday today, so I'm probably thinking he's probably doing birthday stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty big.
It's good news. Didn't something happen in the UK as well?
No, I don't know.
Somebody admitted it was medicine or something, or they're taking it off.
Oh, they're taking it off the schedule.
It was the scheduling of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened at the UN. The UN has...
the UN, not the UK.
No, the UN has agreed to, and they have changed the standing of cannabis as they rule, I guess. Right? They've changed the scheduling of it. Marcel, where'd you go?
I'm here. I'm just reading on a medication.
Which medication?
Cefuroxime.
And this is for what?
Darcy.
For somebody else, yeah.
Oh, for Darcy.
I'm assuming.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because there'd be no other reason you'd be looking up cefuroxime.
Yeah. So I just wanted to see what it was, what it does. It's kind of cool, actually.
Cephalosporin, 500 milligrams BID, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross, dude. Dale, that's gross.
What's gross?
What Dale just do?
He just showed me a picture. He showed me a picture of powdery mildew.
Oh, show me.
That's no fun.
Where did he show you a picture of powdery mildew?
Here, I think I can bring it in here.
Can you feature it?
What's that?
So can you feature it?
No.
Like you can't.
How bad is it?
Oh, this is from back in the end of the summer.
Oh, okay. Because if you see any leaves with it on it, you just snip the whole leaf off.
Oh yeah, that's what I do.
There you go.
Dunk your scissors.
It's in
isopropyl alcohol.
It's in our chat on Facebook, Marcel.
All right.
So are you saying that snipping the leaves off, is that like taking the moldy strawberry out of the pack? It just removes the mold from spreading?
Yeah.
Like the mildew from spreading?
Yeah, exactly. So even if you have bud that starts to get mold into it, a lot of times you can go in and just snip that bud out and remove the whole bud and anything that are surrounding it that might have mold.
So, because Darcy's not here, this is what we're talking about, grow-related, by the way, and I wanted to ask Dale, what are you doing to combat it?
As preventative, I use apple cider vinegar mixed with water. So,
Simple as that, eh?
Yeah, I got the recipe from Marcel. That was 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar to a liter of water. Spray it on your plants, and it changes the acidity level on the leaves.
Does it have to be apple cider vinegar, or can it be like a lemon juice?
You have to check with Marcel.
And you say that's That's preventative?
Yes.
Yeah, but if it's already there, how can it be preventative?
Well, right now I'm just.
You're doing it now so that doesn't happen again.
Exactly, and there's always spores in the air anyway.
You don't want to spread anymore.
Exactly.
So you scrubbed. So after you went through that, you scrubbed the whole area.
Oh yeah.
You scrubbed your tent.
Yeah, sprayed everything, washed everything down.
What did you use? You used the apple cider vinegar.
Peroxide and water.
Okay.
Yeah. I used a cup of peroxide to 5 gallons of water.
Yeah, I probably would have gone a little stronger than that. I don't know. I cleaned mine out with isopropyl.
Oh yes.
So basically, I scrub mine down and then I wipe it down with isopropyl and then let it dry. So I clean and then I sanitize.
Do you mix the ISO at all, or do you just use the 99% or
70%? So I mix it down and dilute it down to 70%. But Lenny, a lot of different products. I mean, they've tried so many different ones, but the best success has been with apple cider vinegar. They've tried white vinegars, lemon juices. Everybody's tried.
That's what my question was. Is there something in the apple cider vinegar is what I was getting at, or is it the acidity?
I think it very likely is something in the apple cider vinegar because you can get as much acidity as you can out of white vinegar.
That's kind of what I was questioning. So
right. And then, I mean, I use lemon juice for rockwool because lemon juice in the water when you soak your rockwool cubes seems to be the right acidity to promote root growth.
Root growth?
Root growth.
Root growth. Root growth.
Yeah.
How's that wedding?
Damn roots coming out of the stem, man.
on the spot, Marcel, how's that wedding mint? Live review.
Yeah, it's actually pretty fucking good. And I only got half the joint finished. So, yeah, I'm not going to complain. I mean, it's still, to me, it got that cushy taste to it. I don't know, that dankiness that I don't like. But fuck yeah, no effect is nice.
Oh, it's nice high. I don't really actually like the taste. I don't like the taste of that much either, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the taste, but
so whatever the terpene profile is, you guys aren't fans of that one, eh?
Well, Marcel and I both aren't Cushmint fans, and wedding cake cross with Cushmints. It definitely leans a little bit more Cushmint side taste.
Yeah.
Some people love it. I'm just not a fan.
There's so much science behind cannabis when it comes to what strain works for you, right?
Oh yeah, and that's it. And everybody's different. But we had Haley and Cheryl on for a show one time, and one of the things that we were talking about was what they started doing with Haley is taking her to the dispensaries and letting her smell the different strains and having her pick the strain that she wanted based on the smell. And what they found
based on the nose.
Yeah, what they found was that when they got that strain based on her nose, she actually ended up having less seizures from it.
Mm-hmm.
But this was somebody that went through seizures constantly. Remember that show, Al? Al was sleeping.
No, I recall something like that. Yeah, there was a few shows where we talked to people about things like that.
But smelling, and it makes perfect sense if your body's craving a particular cannabinoid or whatever. your nose should be able to identify it, but not identify it to you as that's exactly what you need, but identify it by smelling different strains.
Well,
Because a lot of times I pick strains by smell.
I use the example of my daughter in this exact thing because she's addicted to mangoes. Absolutely loves them, and we know mangoes have myrcene. And one of the things that myrcene helps with is inflammation, right? My daughter comes from a huge long line of like I was taking muscle relaxers and was an inflammatory medication for years, or anti-inflammatory I should say, for years, but it's like she almost knows that if she eats the mangoes she won't need that later on in life.
Yeah,
I don't know, it's weird, but they say the nose knows, right?
The nose knows.
Oh. There, I finally got a post.
I know it's not letting me share properly, and now
it says this content isn't available. Right
it also it says it's locked.
What are you trying to do?
That's the link for the video that's playing on Facebook.
That's right. It's saying that
one we're doing right now.
It's telling me that only I can see it.
Oh my God, that's powdery mildew.
Yeah, Facebook's been acting up lately, at least for me. I can send messages to people and they don't go through.
Yes.
Facebook leaves me alone. Fuck Facebook.
Well, I can send a personal message to Al, and it doesn't go through.
What?
But then I can send it to the group, and it goes through. So.
Is Ellen Page now known as Elliot Page?
Yes.
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 Oh.
He is. I'm trying to even follow the pronoun.
Wow. I just watched a movie with Ellen Page the other night in it.
Elliot Page.
No, it was Ellen.
No,
no, they're
Ellen
actually
Page.
changing the credits of all his movies.
How do you do that
Right,
on DVD?
Netflix went back and did it.
Can't do that on my
Netflix
copy
did.
of Juno.
No, Umbrella Academy.
There we go. I made it private or public.
Hey man,
now you'll start seeing it. You'll see it, buddy.
Who you are.
Exactly.
But, man, I changed my name halfway through my life. Well, not halfway, just recently, and I still say that person then was Janice. It wasn't MJ. MJ is who I am now.
There it is.
So, I don't know. I guess it's personal. It's a personal thing. So.
Janice gets upset when we call her Janice now.
Yes. No, MJ gets upset.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yes, MJ gets upset because Janice was, oh my God. Janice was no fun. She was totally reserved and sheltered and sat in the corner at every event. And that was mostly because
so your name
found
change
cannabis.
is a total personality change too, is it?
You know, it's so funny. My boyfriend at the time was like, yeah, I feel like you are a completely different person. But it was because I had stopped letting society dictate how I was going to act. And I just started doing the things that, like, for example, I had somebody tell me, why do you always gotta talk to people? Like, fuck, like, you sound so stupid. And I'm like, so I stopped talking to people when I would go out places. And that's not who I am. I'm a very, like, bubbly person. I like talking to everybody.
Talking?
I know. That's why I'm like, even my friends are like, they tell me I'm way more fun
You're just
now.
making up for it now, aren't you? All the times you wouldn't let you talk, you just get it all out.
I even talk in my sleep.
Right on.
It's just an interesting. I gotta say, I quite frankly, people always laugh when I say this. Marcel might see it sometimes. Like, I am antisocial. I am an introvert. It's not a shyness. I just prefer not to engage with people usually.
I'm the same way, Lenny.
Yeah, but it's not shy. It's just kind of. I think I like my quiet, my own space.
For me, I grew up shy.
I grew up shy. Yes,
but then I was forced to deal with people as much as I didn't want to. So I can go out, I can go and strike up a conversation with a stranger, but I have to be in the right mood to do it. So
And
I'd
that's
rather,
where cannabis helps.
yeah, to a point. I mean, but also with cannabis, I realize that it doesn't help the fact that I don't have a filter. So
Well, see, I'm the opposite than you guys. That's why I keep saying why I don't smoke on the show, because I shut up, actually.
Oh, I don't.
No, but for me, that's why I don't.
Yeah, but
smoke
I
while we're
don't
on
not smoke either. So
No, but that, like, for me, I like smoking and I like doing it by myself and I like doing it quiet because it just turns my head off.
yeah,
So that's why, but that is actually why I never smoke. Well, I guess plus I'm in my house and my wife would fucking kill me. But ultimately, that's why, because I won't speak. I'll just sit here and just stare.
Well,
yeah, but see,
I feel like it's why you medicate too, because you've said before that you medicate to relax.
No, and that's why, but
like
exactly.
love, right?
Yeah, so like
you don't want to chat.
No, but even Darcy and Marcel bug me all the time to have a smoke, and I won't.
Yeah,
he won't have a smoke.
Do you not like sitting around with your buddies and smoking a couple of joints? Is that not your thing?
No, I really don't. It's
Really?
really my own private thing.
I enjoy it. I love sitting around. Like
lots of people do.
Al Graham comes over and we sit here and gab away and smoke a couple of joints. Same with Mary Jane. I quite enjoy that. I actually miss people popping over. I really do. You know?
Like, it's not that I wouldn't. It's just, honestly, Al, maybe it's just because of my growing up. That's more of an alcohol thing for me.
So I have a question for you as a pharmacist.
Yeah.
Why are antibiotics always hard on your guts?
Because it's killing the good microbiome. There's good bacteria in your guts are filled.
Oh
with
yeah,
good
you need good. Good bacteria.
I had that conversation today with my colonoscopy doctor, or yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, 2 days ago. We did a video, a Zoom thingy, and he was showing me pictures of my colonoscopy. He is holding them up, and he was showing me diagrams. This is what's happening. I can't remember the name of it, but I have had. It starts with an A. Cysts, not cysts. What do they call polyps? And they are very common, but they are the ones that will end up as cancer. I think there's like a 2% chance or something like that. You'd know the stats, Len, not me. But we were talking about how if I don't, like, being here at the trailer, we've just solved this issue. Okay, I literally went out and bought a camping shitter, and we've put it in the shed. Now we've got heat in the shed, so now I can go because I winterproofed the trailer. I can't use the bathroom, right? So my doctor was giving me shit, telling me he can't help me unless I have a regular bowel movement every day, because otherwise it's going to screw everything up.
No, he's correct, but back to Marcel's question is your microbiome, the good bacteria, it's used to digest. It's used to actually make some neurotransmitter. Like,
really,
it's a real synergistic thing. So here's a tip: if you have to take an antibiotic, in between your dosing, make sure you're taking probiotics. Try to keep that. It'll help with the diarrhea right off the get go. Or prebiotics. There's actually a company called AOR that makes something called XOS, XOS. It's a prebiotic fiber. Actually, it's great if, well, I guess you can't fucking travel anymore. A traveler's diarrhea. But no, that's why all antibiotics, it's going to give you diarrhea. Usually, your upset stomach.
Well, we're talking about stomachs and bile. We're going to watch Mary Jane make a reindeer, I think is what she's making.
I don't make reindeers.
I feel like that
child who took their drawing to their parents and was like, "That's a neat giraffe," and you're like,
"Well,
it's an airplane."
I was looking at a very small video and I saw lots of colors. I said, "Hey, that's a little reindeer. So what is it?"
Well, let me show you a finished one because it kind of looks a lot better. But so this is a finished.
Oh, it's a tree.
It's a tree. This one's going to be a Christmas.
Okay, so why don't you make reindeers?
Said it was a Christmas tree.
It is. It's a Christmas tree, but not a Christmas tree. Yeah. Yeah, I've been making lots of.
Does it have lights on it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not this.
Oh,
one.
so on the end, that's just a curl on the end, is it?
Was that this?
It looked like, it looked like there was a light there, but no,
Oh,
it's
those
just
are
the way it's
beads.
curled. Oh, beads.
Those are beads. Yeah. So
Yeah,
the way that's probably just the way the light's hitting it.
But it'd be cool if you could wire up little LED lights there.
You know, there are those things with the the lanterns with the lights inside, and I have put a few trees inside and wrapped the lights up inside the tree. They look really cool.
So listen, you're really good at trees. Can you do other things?
Reindeers?
You know, I haven't actually tried anything else. I've literally just stuck with I started making jewelry, but
Could
that's
you do
not
a
really
pot leaf?
twisting wire. Probably could. I have enough green wire.
But just like an outside frame with the veins.
Yeah.
To all the points. I mean, it'd be a
Look
lot
at her
of
face. Yeah, sure. Maybe.
Like, I could probably do it. Are you going to commission me for this piece, or you just want me to
I don't
make
know.
this
I think we'll have to talk off air and see what
Okay.
what you would like, because that
I
might be
feel like
something.
I feel like I should plug my website right now. I don't have all
That
of
would
my
be good,
stuff
Tom.
on there, but you should check out everything MJ.
No.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes. Check it out. It's
Where?
Everything MJ.
Everything MJ is your .ca. Everything MJ.ca, and you can get herbivore shirts.
Actually, the shirts I didn't get up because I was working out the designs, but there's a whole bunch of designs
She
coming.
was working out
But
the
I do have
placement of
jewelry.
the actual
Yeah.
graphics.
Actually,
Well,
that
that's cute.
is what I was doing. So I've been making some jewelry as well.
You made those?
Yeah. So
Nice.
tonight, thank you. Tonight I made this. I'm so excited about
Handcuffs?
this idea. They look like handcuffs, but this is for you and this is for your friend. So they're best friend bracelets that are actually magnetized together.
I'm getting
When
that
you
for
guys
Darcy and
hold
Marcel.
hands-
I'm going to get that for Darcy and Marcel.
That's awesome.
In the shape of a
That's
pot
awesome.
leaf, please.
That's great. Yeah, but I've just been trying to keep busy, and I've been making masks as well. I have one that says it's a weed cough. Another one that says
It's actually awesome.
cannabis, not COVID.
Or,
Yeah, I'm
or
just-
Chinese virus, that some people like to call it now.
I got a shirt from the Big and Tall the other day that says "Straight out of isolation."
Yes, I've seen the straight out of quarantine. Those are funny.
So, how about, since we're watching MJ anyways, let's listen to some tunage. I've got some Dr. John, which was a suggestion by Dale. And then later we've got some REM, because I'm smoking some Orange Crush. So I wanted to listen
Oh,
to some.
I love R.E.M., but just not that one song.
You don't like Orange Crush?
Not a big fan of that song.
Oh, well. You can choose next week.
All right.
All right. We'll be right
I
back.
want to choose next week too.
Okay. It's the 420 Radio Show. The whining will continue in a little while.
Hey, this is Cheech. And this is Chong. And you're listening to Lifestyle Radio. What is it? Lifestyle Radio. Say it one more time. 420 Radio? Ooh.
Hang up and try again.
in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right trail, but I must have used the wrong car. Head is in a bad place, and I wonder what's good for. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. My head is in a bad place, but I'm having such a good time. I've been running, trying to get hung up in my mind. Just got to give myself a good talking to this time. Just need a little brain salad surgery. I got to cure my insecurity. That I've been in the wrong place, but it must have been the right time. I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong song. I've been in the right vein, but it seems like a wrong on. Cause I've been in the right world, but it seems like a wrong. Slipping, dodging, sneaking, peeping, hiding out down the street. See my life shaking with every who I meet. Refried confusion as I'm making itself clear. Wonder which way I go to get on out of here. Cause I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. And I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I took the right road, but I must have took a wrong turn. I took a right move, but I made it at the wrong time. I've been in the right trail, but I made it in the wrong call. Headed in a good place, and I wonder what that was.
Are we back?
Oh, I hear "Are we back?" but I can't hear Al.
Is he speaking?
You know what? Only the
I see
people
his
in.
mouth moving.
Yeah, now you'll hear me now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mic, I get used to this button back here that mutes my mic. This 420 radio show, as I said 5 minutes ago. We're live here, 420 Radio Land, somewhere in the world. In Canada. She changed her shirt.
Silence.
You changed your shirt.
Yes. I had to show off my next design.
What is the other word? Plant
power.
Plant power. Oh, it's some kind of power, that's for sure.
All fueled by plants.
It's fueled by ADHD and cannabis. Didn't you listen to the advert?
Ta-da, here I am.
There he is.
Actually, I've been checked out. I don't have ADHD or OCD, despite what I thought.
Well, that's what happens when you self-diagnose, Mary Jane. That's why you should have some professional opinions involved.
I thought I had it, but that's the thing. The professional opinion said I didn't have OCD.
Yes.
I'm just very particular or picky.
Picky. I'd say picky. Picky.
Picky. Yeah, that's the right word.
Picky's the word.
You know, like, because I have to have, like, all my cans, all my stuff, like, in a row with the labels facing out.
So you have somebody, Anthony is asking, can I send you one of my custom cannabis teas? He's asking a question.
Who's he asking?
He's asking us in the Facebook chat. But
want to see that.
he's probably asking Mary Jane because that's who he's looking at.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna
love one of your shirts, but
I'm gonna upset our viewers. I'm gonna upset our viewers for a second here. Okay.
Boo.
Dale's just realizing what I did.
Rip. Long rip.
All right, so
I can't even smoke.
as I mentioned, Marcel, while you were looking up other drug information, lots has happened down in the U.S. this week and in Canada. Do you care to elaborate? You were talking about it earlier.
I was?
Yep.
Oh, I don't think he was.
But no, before the show.
Well, the only one I was talking about was the article that I was just starting to read. And that's what happens if you smoke weed every day.
What happens?
When you smoke weed every day?
I didn't get... Well, here, let me just quickly do this. Hyperemesis, a rare condition that leads to repeated severe vomiting, is associated with daily use of cannabis. Oh my God, that's what Darcy has.
That's what I had.
That's hyperemesis.
Hyperemesis.
I have a friend who has that.
Yeah, is she pregnant?
And then
no,
cannabis.
she's not.
It's morning sickness, basically.
I thought it was the same symptoms as pesticide poisoning, though.
What? Cannabis remesis? Or hyperemesis?
You can message me, Anthony,
Yeah.
and we'll talk, okay?
Yeah.
I heard. Yeah, I heard that the symptoms for cannabis hypermetesis, or whatever it is the same as chemical poisoning.
Oh, okay.
Which would lead to the fact that maybe there's toxins in the cannabis that's causing this.
No, but one of the differences is one way they can tell if it's actually hyperemesis is if they get into a warm bath and the pain completely disappears.
Well, that usually happens anyways when I get into a warm bath.
No, but when they get back out, the
when I have IBS
back right away.
Oh, okay.
But pain comes
I
back
get you
right
now.
away.
I get you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's only alleviated
so it's
while
just a
they're
temporary
in the warm bath.
relief.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's a great way to tell because you would definitely know.
Oh yeah.
Well,
so somebody that the doctor said that's what the problem was.
Well, you remember, Marcel, when I went in after I wasn't getting any pain relief from the hydromorph, right? After my shoulder surgery, the first thing out of the doctor's mouth when they asked me my symptoms was, "You have hyperemesis." I said, "Dude, you know what? I work in the cannabis industry. Don't even," and like nothing else was said. Okay, nothing else was said. It's fucking morning sickness.
That's why I changed my name to Mary Jane, because when somebody tries to talk to me about cannabis, and I'm like, "You do know my name's Mary Jane, right? Don't even try. I got it. It's good. Thank you." I had somebody the other day try and tell me how to clean a bong. And I was like, okay, seriously?
I love listening to kids in the park talking about, when they're smoking a joint, the stuff they talk about. They're talking about 420. They're talking about, "This is great weed, man. I've never smoked such good weed, man." Things like that. And it's just like, it brings me back, and it goes back to like what we were talking about, Len, sociable smoking, like, when I was at the lounge every day, it was awesome because you get 20 or 30 different faces, and then regulars on top of that come in, and you're meeting people constantly. I used to rent rooms in my house in Toronto so that I'd have people around, but not for very long. You know what I mean? So I'd
Listen,
rent out a couple.
I think cannabis is a very social.
It always has been.
You're a drug, but it's a very social thing.
Do you consider it a drug?
It's not.
Do you consider
No,
it a drug?
I didn't want to call it a drug. It's whatever.
But do you consider it? I mean, because technically it is.
Well, it's a drug. It is a drug, but I don't like calling it a drug because it's kind of a negative connotation. There's no negative connotation I have towards it. But what it does to me, if I'm in a group in a social setting, I just tend to be a little bit more quiet and less interactive.
Like, will you go shopping while you're buzzed?
That's how I am with alcohol.
See, alcohol is my drug.
Is your social, but that's also your social drug.
Mm-hmm.
It's my drug.
Yeah.
I also know alcohol is way more fucking harmful than cannabis any day. So, the beauty of, to me, for cannabis, I can use cannabis at night, get up and go to work the next morning. No
You
problem.
can't.
No.
You can't?
I can.
Okay. But you can't
so
smoke. You can't smoke in the middle of the day. And I mean, you wouldn't do that in your professional. In your profession, you wouldn't do that.
No, I won't. And that's where Darcy and Marcel and some other people work, like that will have smoke at lunch or whatever. And
yeah,
I won't just because of my pharmacist license. I won't.
Well,
even though I'm not in the pharmacy, I will not.
I used to ask Ira, and he used to get angry with me, Ira Price. I used to ask him all the time if he smoked joints, and he would ignore me and ignore me and ignore me. And then one day he said, "Yes, Al, I smoke joints." And it was like, okay, but and like I've asked Jack if he's ever smoked a joint and then gone into the courtroom. No. You don't do that.
No, he won't. No, he has a professional career, and there's
that's right.
I'm having
an etiquette. An etiquette.
Yeah, there is an etiquette.
A professional etiquette.
It's professional.
Yes, that's the word, professional.
The Canadian comedian Mike McDonald. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We had him on the show about 8 months or so after his cancer went into remission the first time. And he had the flu, and he was laying in bed. He spent 3 hours with us, Marcel? And it was, I enjoy talking to celebrities because if you get them in the right mood, they'll talk about just about anything, and it's their life and what cannabis has done for them. And not just, I smoke joints. So the question was, do you smoke and go on stage? And he's like, no. Like Mike Tyson said flat out right after the fight, I was fucking ripped. I smoked a fucking cannon before I went on, he probably said. But Mike said he does not smoke when he's on stage. He smokes when he's writing. Right? So, I mean, I got a vision, because he's written for some comedy shows and stuff like that. So I got a vision of everybody in Saturday Night Live crammed into a little tiny room in the NBC building, just puffing away. I don't know if they'll allow it today, even with the laws being changed, but that's what they were doing in the writer's room back in the days of Belushi and them.
Oh, it's like, that's why, honestly, I'm more fascinated with cannabis than more even an advocate.
The social aspects?
No, just how be it an individual responds, how different strains or formulations you respond to.
Yeah.
Like, as I say, like some people get right focused, they get more energetic, they get more, so everyone's different. So it's truly fascinating to me, to be honest. But for me, no, it's, as I say, I use it for the brain turn off. I like the chill. I like the...
This is actually interesting. There's this part of this document that, the only bad things about cannabis, long-term cannabis use, is hyperemesis, cannabis use disorder, which is a diagnosis given for problematic marijuana consumption.
In other words, you're smoking over your budget.
Is that when you run out?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you run out.
I need some weed, man.
Schizophrenia and psychosis, and it says schizophrenia is rare chronic brain disorder that includes delusions, hallucinations, disorganized speech and thoughts. Acid.
They have always They've always thought there was
Psychosis.
something to do with schizophrenia and cannabis, right? They've
Right,
always
but
thought
think
that.
psychosis is
that
but
has
one
to be
symptom.
personal, though. That has to be personal. My mother had, my grandmother had schizophrenia, like, and I consumed cannabis from the age of 15, and I almost feel like maybe it was the cannabis that helped keep me normal. Okay, quote unquote normal. Be nice.
But schizophrenia is not hereditary, though,
It's not hereditary.
right? No.
Oh, I thought it was.
Oh, there's a
was.
family linkage, but it's not automatic.
It's like it's
He-
familial, but
here's what it is. And again, I hate. I don't want. I was going to try not to talk the word. I'll keep saying Chinese virus
Instead of COVID.
Yeah.
So,
well, no,
would
I'm
you-
making
you
fun.
know-
I'm making fun. I've been making fun of a podcast.
I'll
and-
tell you what you can do, Len. You set up your soundboard and pick a COVID. So anytime somebody says COVID, it goes or something. You can choose a sound.
But what I was getting at is, I don't think cannabis causes schizophrenia. I think, unfortunately, people with schizophrenia may be drawn to cannabis, and maybe their first episodes, there may be something where their usage of cannabis may bring out or exacerbate the symptoms. But I don't think there's a cause and effect. That's my issue. I think it's more of an epidemiological association. There's a difference.
Let me tell you. Let me just. One sec, Mary Jane, because this is pertinent to this. When I was 16 years old, my doctor asked me if I was smoking pot, and I was on very high doses, as I've mentioned to you, of Ritalin and Dexedrine from 5 years old. At 16, my parents gave me the choice of going on or staying on as well, and I had a conversation with my doctor. He asked me if I was smoking pot. I said no. He says, if you start smoking pot, stop taking the pills because it will do the same thing. I was 16 years old. I'm 57 this year, so that's 47 years ago. 46 years ago? Whatever. Okay? And it's something that for the last 20 years I've been taking very serious, and I have severe ADHD to the point where it cripples my life sometimes. And if I don't have cannabis, I can't get through the day. Does it set off episodes on its own? Yes. Strain specific. I can't smoke White Widow. It makes me angry. Okay? But yet I can smoke an Applejack, which is a Jack Herrera and White Widow cross. And I'm fine. So you were going to say something, Mary Jane.
Yeah, so I was that? Remember. I mean, I haven't smoked that much. So I remember, like you were talking about how triggers. I had always thought that psychosis and triggers went hand in hand. And like, for example, somebody in my family, my cousin got set up at the altar, and that was what triggered his psychosis. And I think that like you kind of hit the nail on the head there, that I think with certain people that are already predispositioned to get that sort of psychosis.
Well, this is what this says. Psychosis
that is their trigger.
Right. It says psychosis is but one symptom of schizophrenia that affects how the brain processes information. Early and excessive cannabis use can express symptoms of schizophrenia. So what would happen would be is somebody who's going to be predisposed to schizophrenia.
That's what it is
going to have it expressed at a much earlier age because of cannabis use, which might not be a bad idea, because at least then they can get treatment for it, right?
I don't see there being anything wrong with it. No. It is what it is. It's unfortunate that person has that reaction.
But there's something along their life is going to trigger that reaction anyways.
If they really were, again, I'm no schizophrenia expert or anything, but if they were pre-schizophrenia symptom, like eventually it was probably going to happen.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
So, and this withdrawal thing, or what do they call it? Cannabis? What, Marcel?
What? Hyperemesis?
No, not that bullshit one. The other one.
Oh, the other bullshit one? Cannabis use disorder?
Yeah.
That's the one they first started using.
Hey, honestly, it's just a fucking questionnaire. Basically, and this is actually the truth. There is a cannabis use disorder. If you smoke weed all day and don't work and don't fucking do anything, you got a cannabis use disorder. You're useless.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is.
Well, Len, come on! You've really hurt my feelings now.
No, you're Al. You're productive. You host a radio show.
Huh?
It's not. I'm just saying, if you just sit and play
I slip and fall in the snow. Yeah, I'm productive.
But if you're working, you're creating something.
Yes.
You're engaging in something.
You also
but that
have
is
a
what a
medical
cannabis use
license,
disorder. But that's
and
what
have
it
been
is.
using it for a long time.
Long
They like to make it. It's the stereotypical pothead just stays at home guy, like the Cheech and Chong 1970 movie, right? Like that's
what's going on, man.
Yeah, like
so here's another section of this, and what it talks about is building up a THC tolerance. And it's
well, that's when you switch strains.
And I had this conversation this week because
speaking of switching
they
strains,
even say that it's expensive because, well, here's what they say: developing cannabis tolerance can also be expensive. Once you've developed tolerance, in order to meet the same desired effect, you'll have to do one of two things.
Yeah.
Spend more money to consume more frequently, or consume higher potency THC products, which can reach $75 or more for an eighth.
$75? Where are they getting their shit?
Well, the same thing would happen if you start consuming oils, right, and concentrates. Then smoking a joint isn't going to do anything.
But okay.
So
we've had this conversation before, Marcel.
I've been telling people this for years. If you're smoking a lot and you can't get a buzz, then
switch strain.
You can try switching strains or stop for 3 days.
But what do you do for those 3 days?
Eat it.
If you abstain for the 3 days, I'll tell you, because I've done it many times, because I tested it. I guinea pigged myself to see how long I would actually be able to go before the effects wore off. This was a few years ago, in case I had to go to jail. All right, I want to know how long I had, because I like putting people in jail on Friday. So, the first day, there's not a whole lot of change. The second day, if you're somebody that has pain, the pain starts to come back. And by the third day, you have no relief at all. So, with whatever condition you are treating, it's not being treated.
But is that the same with mental versus physical?
I would think worse. I would think worse.
Mine is mental, and that's why I'm too the fear of going on a tolerance break is more crippling than anything.
I know a lot of
people. So
just
hang on, because let me read what they say here. To avoid tolerance, consumers should take a tea break, a deliberate break from cannabis consumption, to reset the body's tolerance to THC. Yep. By taking regular tolerance breaks, at least 48 hours every 30 days, a person can keep their endocannabinoid system sensitive to THC, she added. Increasing doses aren't required to feel the effects of cannabis. Avoid dose escalation and thereby avoid risks and cost.
2 days.
Should you smoke weed every day? Probably not. Make sure you carve out time for a tea break to gain the most benefits, both financially and for your good health. See, I don't do a tea break. What I do is every once in a while I do a super extra dose break. So then I'll just take a massive amount and flush my body through.
Now,
the opposite way.
when I am getting low, even now, I'm 10 minutes from Alderville. They've always got very inexpensive, good strains there. And now I wouldn't say very inexpensive, but they do have some good deals. But I used to panic. I used to panic when I was running out because I didn't know where I was going to get my next gram.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
you used to live way out in the bush.
That's right. Well, in the bush. Now I'm in the bush.
Well, okay, but I mean, like, you didn't have anything around you. Now
There
you
was
have a
nothing
nice
there.
roof
You
over
know,
your-
so I mean, I'm looking forward, obviously, to the summer. I'm going to be able to get my first crop. I've not ever grown a crop before, so there will be growing videos. You know,
Right.
and I got a
sorry
great.
to interrupt you. I'm only laughing out because technically, if a doctor did your survey, they could call you cannabis use disorder too.
Yeah, I know. But I'm medical, and I use it for my ADHD. I don't even use any ADHD medicines
Oh no,
anymore.
but just that
So-
that's I think that's one of the questions in their questionnaire. Do you get anxiety or
I do.
fearful if you're going without?
I do, but I get that worse when I have none. And,
Yeah, but
and
isn't that the joke? Like, what do you smoke weed for? Anxiety. When do you have anxiety? When I don't have any
weed.
When I don't have weed.
Yeah.
Right?
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
That's why I was giggling.
Yeah.
funny.
I
So
only smoke it so others can stay alive.
Right? I smoke it for your protection. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I tell my kids that all the time.
it's 8:00, and it's time for our grow segment. Darcy,
Well,
Yeah.
Darcy's
where is our
taking a
grow
break
segment?
today. He's not.
So we're going to have his neighbor do it.
Guarantee you,
Darcy-
he already
Darcy
did.
is
We
resting?
Oh yeah, we
He
already
sort
did.
of
We
did
talked
his
about
talked about. That's why.
powdery mildew. So what do you have growing now? Anything good?
I've got some just one sour jack. Well, I've got one in flower for sour jack, and I got like six vegging right now. And I've got 8 Northern Lights in flower.
And now you're going to have a knock on your door in the morning.
No worries.
Yeah, I know.
No worries.
Northern Lights. That's a good strain. The Northern
Papers
Lights.
are there.
Northern
that
Lights is one of my all-time favorite strains. All-time.
Well, which one?
It is great. Just the original Northern Lights. It is great for ADHD.
I like the one that's 100% indica. Is that the one?
I don't know. If it says Northern Lights and it works for me, that's good for me.
'Cause I think it's Northern Lights number 5. Do you know the breeder, or you just know it's Northern Lights?
They had it on the wall. I said, as soon when I walk into a place and the first thing I see is Northern Lights, I don't care what else is on the wall, and just like Northern Lights, please.
Wait, Al, are you the one growing it?
No.
I wasn't asking you, Al.
No.
It's from an unknown breeder in Ontario somewhere.
Oh,
High Grade
okay.
Peak is the name of the company.
Okay.
So you know that it's a Northern Light for sure?
No, I bought these a while ago.
It could be a Northern Lights cross, or it could be any one of the Northern Lights. There are several. It's kind of like Gorilla Glues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of Gorilla Glues.
See, that's why I say I like the one that's 100% indica. Because whenever you smoke it, it's same like that Violator Kush. Whenever you smoke it, you literally get this like wave over your entire body of what I would imagine what Leonard gets when he smokes, right?
My buddy
Like
used to
that
grow
relax.
weed like that, yeah. And it's just like boom,
Yeah.
boom. You can feel. You take a toke, and it's like boom, 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 boom. Ah, you know.
Yeah, for body, like body relief. Oh my God.
I miss strains that give me full out body relief and not knock me out, because that's either I gotta smoke something that's gonna knock me out to take the pain away, or I gotta tolerate the pain and be able to just kind of have some movement. Right, so I'm going to be talking and having these conversations with everybody because I gotta choose my strains for the spring. I'm going to be very specific because I can only have four plants at the moment. Right, I don't have an address yet. I'm a man with no numbers.
You own the property, don't you?
Yes, I do, but I can't use it as a residence. Therefore, I can't because I have no number.
You don't have to use it as a residence, because what you can do is you can go get a medical license and set it as your grow.
As a property.
But I have no
Because it's a
address to
property
assign
that-
it as the
He's
property.
saying there's no fire number.
There's no civic number for your your property.
Not until I have a permit to build.
Well, that's stupid because the
Well, no, it's
property
not.
is the one that gets the civic number, not the building.
It's a farmland, though, that was converted into a residential zoning. Right.
Right. But when they lay out a plot,
Mhm.
what they do is they divide that farmland up into lots.
Yes, but we don't have a lot number yet. Well, sorry, we have a lot number. We don't have a fire number. So I don't have an address here, anyways.
Yeah, there's this little green thing at the end of the driveway. That's the fire number.
Yeah.
That's how the firemen know. Actually, you shouldn't even be there if there's no fire
That's what
number there.
we call them a civic number here.
Oh.
So that's our civic address.
Yes.
Hey Al, I got something fun to talk about.
All right.
I used for the first time this week an Oculus 2 virtual reality goggles.
Have you?
Yeah,
And what did you think of it?
Within 10 minutes, I ordered one for my kids for Christmas.
So, you need to use it on the show one day.
I'll do it when I get it.
All right.
Post-Christmas.
So that's a Facebook. Cool. Tell people what
Best
it is.
Buy doesn't fuck me over.
Tell people what it is. It's something that Facebook has.
Is it Facebook that owns that thing?
Oculus is a Facebook. Yep.
Aw, fucking Facebook. Suck me in.
I
never would have bought it.
I bet you have to connect it to Facebook when you get it too. You got to make sure you put your Facebook account in.
They own WhatsApp now too.
Yeah. Fuck.
I was gonna ask you guys.
I should have got the PlayStation virtual reality. Son of a bitch.
I was thinking. Yeah.
No.
Anyways, go on.
It was really, really cool. Marie at our work, she bought one. She brought it in for us to play with, and it was. I actually had to sit down because I was getting like dizzy.
Does it really feel like you're there?
Yeah, it's pretty trippy. I was in the movie It.
But you really? But you? Oh God! Now I couldn't do that. Now Psycho, yeah.
So can you play this sitting down?
Yeah. Like
you can do anything on it.
You get like 2 things for your hand, and you make this big circle that you're allowed to walk in, sort of virtually. But I was walking after a while. It was throwing my equilibrium off, so I had to put a chair under me.
You see, and that's what I was thinking. It was like, we're going to have a bunch of people wearing these things, walking around their house, tripping over couches and walking into tables.
It makes you pick your safe zone, and it creates a circle, and it'll turn off like if you go past the circle line. So you can lay out like there's where your furniture is.
Oh, well, that's cool.
It was a pretty cool experience.
Expensive?
I was like $400.
Oh, kind of expensive.
$99.99 at Best Buy Canada.
Yeah, that's where I got
Oculus Quest 2 64.
I was all excited because I had nothing to really surprise my kids with this year.
They don't listen to the show, I guess.
That's a really good deal.
If they do, they fucking know they're getting one.
No,
that's a
we
really
don't hear
good
any
deal,
screaming.
Because that's a
screaming.
really good deal for $400 because the Oculus website sells them for $629.
I think there's 2 different ones though.
Oh, that's a 256 gig. Sorry.
Yeah, but it was a cool experience. So
Now, is it all self-standing stuff that you do on it? You
yeah,
download
it was
apps,
wireless.
things like that.
So how I did it.
But you can use it. You can use it as a computer monitor as well, right?
I don't honestly. Besides from going to the movie It and a roller coaster, I don't know shit about.
Oh, the roller coaster to make you throw up.
It was pretty cool.
We know what Len's not going to be coming on Friday nights after he gets his Oculus. He's going to be home playing with his Oculus.
Lenny, when you were riding the roller coaster, were you doing this when you were like going around?
Oh, you do it. Yeah,
were you
do
like
a little
going
bit.
like this?
You want to, yeah.
You make it.
Have you guys ever been to like Universal or Disney, like
Yep.
those virtual rides?
Yep.
It's like that feeling.
I went on the
Simpsons,
Days of Thunder ride, and that's like that. That was one of the first ones they had at Canada's Wonderland with a big screen, and you sit on the thing, and you're going like this.
Yeah, that type of thing, exactly. My favorite ride in the world is The Simpsons.
But you're doing it on your couch.
But it's cool.
Do you have to pay for the game?
It's really
Lenny?
Yeah, you probably have to pay for the
If you guys ever
games,
see
right?
one, try it or do it. So
I think he froze, Marcel.
Pardon me?
He's
I'm
frozen.
aware of that fact.
but he's still talking.
Frozen up. What's up?
Can you hear me?
I was broken up and frozen. I hear you now.
Okay.
Do
you have to pay for all of these games?
I'm not frozen.
There's some free ones, and there's some you have to pay for. Yeah.
Okay.
Not frozen.
Honestly, my 14-year-old daughter loves the movie. Loves it.
Yeah.
Like, so when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my fuck!"
That book scared me.
She might like this Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh yeah, into that. That's an old thing.
No, there's
a new one.
All cartoon characters.
And Robert Englund is actually coming back as Freddy again.
No,
that's a different
Freddy.
Right.
It's a video game.
But he is.
But on this, for the Oculus, the video thing, it's all cartoon characters.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
it's like
not
that.
Freddy Krueger.
No, it's not Freddy Krueger. They got some cool things.
Honestly.
Okay, now we know that we're getting
goal.
it. Then he's getting it because there's a Star Wars one.
That doesn't hurt.
There's
but ultimately,
Vader.
I can't wait to put my wife on it and watch her get sick because I know she will.
I can see it really, really could upset a lot of stomachs. But you'd like this one, Lenny.
Oh, she hates shit like that. I can't wait for my wife to do it.
They got some cool games and stuff though.
Yeah. I didn't think it was gonna be that realistic, but it tripped me out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like the roller coaster because I got screwed out of a season at Canada's Wonderland.
Did you get your money back?
Okay, so I'd been paying for like 10, 11 months for my season's pass every month. I was like, $7 a month, $7 a month. Then I get an email in March. They're like, oh, no. Or in April, they're like, we stopped taking your payment because we don't know if we're going to be open. And when we open again, we'll start taking your payment again. I'm like, I only have like $14 left on this pass. And what happens if they don't open? And then I got another email that says, it's okay, we're going to extend your pass for the 2021 season. So if we do happen to open in 2020, you can come for this season and next season.
Oh, well, that's
so I was like,
so bad.
okay, that's cool. Yeah, okay. If you need to book appointments to go shopping right now, next year at Canada's Wonderland, when they open, what do you think is going to happen? And then they send an email out to me. It says, would you like to purchase a gold pass, which includes their winter wonderland and their Halloween haunt, as well as the season's passes, as well as discounts on everything else, and bring a friend pass and blah, 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 for, I think it's like $30 less than what I've already given them. So now everybody else is going to buy a pass for next year, and then they're going to cap it at this instead of at this because they're only allowed this many people in the park because of new regulations. And then am I even going to be able to use my pass?
Oh, you'll have your vaccine. It'll be all fine.
Yeah, don't forget to get your shot.
I'm not getting that shot.
There's actually, I just saw just briefly one of the polls on TV where they asked, the question was about the vaccine and who was getting it, and 21% are not getting the vaccine of those polled. And I'm thinking that number is actually kind of low because people I know, I'm thinking it's closer to 75% won't be getting the vaccine.
Right away.
I personally am going to do
that will change.
My due diligence.
No, of people I've talked to. But I only really talk to smart people.
Well, see,
you only talk to 3 people every day, though.
I also know that I talk to people that would lie and they get the vaccine. And
speaking of liars, Darcy, hi, how are you doing? Are you feeling better? Because he's listening.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's look at the Facebook chat.
Oh, is he? The guy's sick. Give him a break.
See, I personally think that...
And he doesn't have COVID, by the way.
He said he has antibiotics poisoning. Fucking shit.
Take some probiotics.
There you go. Your druggist tells you to take probiotics. Are you still called a druggist?
Hey, Lenny?
Are you still called a druggist?
I don't mind the term, but it pisses off all the other pharmacists.
Why?
I have no idea.
You guys are pill doctors. That's
They're
what you are.
Stropper's Drug Mart, for fuck's sakes. You're a druggist.
Drug dealers.
Doesn't bother me, no.
Do you enjoy counting pills, Len?
I don't count pills. People do that.
All right, we got another song to listen to. And it's because I'm smoking some Orange Crush, and it's REM. Do we know what REM stands for?
Rapid Eye Movement.
Is that also the band?
Yep.
Same meaning?
Uh-huh, yep.
Okay, cool. We'll be right back. It's the 420 Radio Show.
Listen, Mike.
Uh-oh. I cut him off. I'm sorry, Len.
You're listening to the randomness that is 420radio.com. Sorry, that's 420radio.ca. Powered by ADHD and fueled by cannabis.
Got my orange crush. Color me, don't color me.
420 Radio Show. We are live right here at 420radio.ca. What's up?
Looking at an empty chair. I want...
Oh, she changed her chair.
Yeah, she changed her chair. But I want her...
By the way, Al, I had a brain fart. Wrong song. I like that song.
Oh, okay.
I was crushed with eyeliner from that... What's the frequent... Whatever that album was.
I want her friend to come back.
Where's your friend gone?
We should get your friend to come back.
My friend? Me? Okay.
Yeah. Your friend that everybody watched on Facebook, peeking in the corner.
Oh, the anonymous friend.
Yeah.
They're busy recording TikTok.
With anonymous masks on.
Isn't that like Russia or China spying on you or something, TikTok?
But
yeah, China.
China? No, I think they got bought out because they were threatening to shut them down.
Didn't mean they stopped spying on them.
Trump actually threatened them to shut them down himself.
Yeah.
So,
I'm on TikTok.
Let me ask you guys a question, Lenny.
Yep.
How are you feeling about Mr. Trump being about to leave? I know we're Canadian here, but I mean, just like, I'm so amused by this man. I'm kind of sad.
Is he leaving now?
Is he really leaving?
The fucker's out. He's never gone.
Yeah, true enough.
Step one.
Yeah.
I will make a statement that I think Donald Trump's a bad person.
Amazing, man. His kids are now. His kids. Go ahead and tell me what you're going to say.
No. I think he's a bad dude. I think he is an idiot. But you know what? I do think the Democrats stole the election from him.
His kids
I really do think there's fucker going on down there.
And now they're saying that there's voter fraud going on, and there's an investigation.
I don't think it's a story. I think it's like I think they are going to get rid of him, but because I think everyone's in on it. But I think they cheated to get him out. Maybe, but now his kids are getting in the loop, and they're scrambling to cover up what they're doing, and they're worried about they're going to be charged with stuff, and he's anticipating this happening. So because I guess
Trump's kids.
Yes.
Where did you hear that?
What about Biden's kid?
What about Biden's kid? Oh, there's been articles all week about this shit.
I just want to know how a pedophile can be president. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh, are we not allowed to say that?
You can say whatever you want.
I'm just I don't know.
Is he one? I have no idea. Or is it Biden?
It's Biden.
Oh,
presidents for years, or they've been pedophile, or all of the presidents. If you start looking back,
the one I'll actually say, Donald Trump, as much as he's an idiot, there's a couple things that people actually forgot. He didn't start any wars while he was president. He shot his mouth off a lot. But technically, he never invaded a country. He actually tried to withdraw troops from countries and actually destroy like that whole military industry that's built in the USA. So, as much as
he met with other world leaders, didn't he meet with was it South Korea?
Oh no, but I'm just saying, if you really think about it, Obama went to war, Clinton went to war, the Bushes all went to war. Trump didn't actually go to war with anybody.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that.
Just observationally.
He acted like an asshole, but he never picked a fight.
No.
If the
guy would have shut up and not done social media or spoke like he did, like he was on The Apprentice,
that's where I get my news.
Been the worst president ever.
That's where I get my news on what's happening in the States. Is I go to Trump's Twitter.
Right, but see, if they were smart, as soon as he got elected, they took his Twitter account away from him and not let him have it.
It's what got him in trouble.
Right?
We were discussing this earlier. Do you really think that Trump is 100% responsible for all of his actions and everything? And like, you don't think there's somebody else that's like, hey, you probably shouldn't have wrote that. Take that down.
Well,
No, that's it. It's him. When
I
he's
think
calm,
people would
I think
suggest it,
that's-
but I think he's such an egomaniac.
He's an
that
egomaniac.
He would.
I guess that's true. That's true. Because
I
I've seen
think
local
shoot-
politicians
No,
and
but
stuff
he
do
talk.
the same
He
thing.
would never have staff that would actually talk down to him.
And look at what Mr. Lawyerman is doing now. Giuliani was one of the most respected mayors because he handled all that 9/11 stuff. He was awesome when he was the mayor of New York. Everybody loved him. Now he's a fucking raving Trump lunatic.
Yeah, he's a clown.
But he went from hero to clown.
Well, that's never happened before.
Right? Yeah.
I could make
But
a
I
real
think
good
Donald
joke, but I'm
Trump-
not going to because it'd be one of those you're canceled jokes.
Yeah.
Like Donald Trump is half a character and a shtick, right? Like if you think of his whole TV show, his whole public profile, it was always this bigger than life character. Unfortunately, when he got into office, he still thought he was a character. And that's what's really hurt him, really. If he just would have calmed down a smidge, he would have won that no problem. But just Marcel, he's an egomaniac. That's all it is. And I think he actually has a very, I know everyone likes to make fun of his Lysol, drink the Lysol. I think he does got a fucking funny sense of humor, and I think he likes to say shit to see what people.
And
well,
of
yeah,
course,
he
the
likes to
media,
push it.
The media blows it all out of proportion.
He's a media junkie.
But he is not wrong. There is fake news.
Of course there is. He starts a lot of it.
No, but I actually, when I was during this whole campaign, I was kind of watching, and the media is very biased against the Republicans down there.
Yeah,
they are part of the Democratic machine.
Yeah,
they really are.
News itself used to be called news stories.
Now they are filtering and picking what they choose to report on.
They're stories. It's to get them ratings.
It's like history. History is his story, right?
Mm-hmm. Unless you watch RuPaul, then it's her story.
I'm just curious as to where he's going to put his museum.
The Donald Trump Museum? Yeah. Oh, it'd be in Trump Tower. It'd be in a Trump
It'll
Tower.
be on Trump Tower.
There aren't going to be any more Trump Towers. He's losing them all.
Is he?
I don't know.
Hasn't he filed for bankruptcy like 100 times or something?
Yeah.
No,
a lot of times.
Didn't he also work for be president for 4 years and not take any salary?
He gets paid as the president.
Yeah.
No, I thought he
He's
didn't.
not allowed.
No, he didn't want that.
He's not allowed to take a salary from the Trump Corporation, though. He gets paid as the president.
Is that what it was? I thought he said he wasn't going to take the funding.
He may have said that, but
he
that's
wanted
not what
to
happened.
do it that way. He didn't want to take
because
the
he
government.
makes more money as Mr. Trump than he does as the president. Yeah. The president only gets like $100,000 and some odd a year, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, only, yeah. But how many years after becoming president and being out of office do they still get paid?
They get paid every week, like everybody else. It's a job for life.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Harper is still getting paid.
Yeah.
Where does all that money come from?
But you know what those guys all get paid for? Harper and Obama, and it's tours.
It's hush money.
I guess.
They make a fortune.
Do you know who really makes a fortune?
To keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
The politicians in the country that make a fortune in this country are the politicians in Nova Scotia and our provincial government. Because they're the highest paid politicians in the country.
You're just biased because you're in Nova Scotia, man.
No.
In Nova Scotia? I'm going to have to move out there and become a politician.
With the best retirement package you could ever imagine.
We have also the most MP or MLAs per capita or something like that. Nova Scotians are fucking cheap.
What is it? You serve 2 years and then you get a full pension? Something like that?
Yeah, you get a full pension for life.
Where does all this money come from?
Our taxes. Me.
Exactly. The backs of everybody else.
Yeah, that's why I said Nova Scotians are sheep. We just ignore it and let it go.
Yeah.
I get it. Those are difficult jobs. And I'm sure just you could get PTSD.
Oh, it's a real difficult job to be an MP in this province. Yeah. MP
or MLA, either way, there.
Yeah. in MLA in this province, in but fuck nowhere. Probably got
Here's
400.
Mary Jane's
Well,
picture,
our house
guys.
doesn't sit.
Look at
We
my
haven't had it
video.
sitting since when?
Gonna change my video here.
What are we watching now?
Fat Dad?
Oh, I can't see it. It's too bright. There we go. There's the stunning
he's showing
Mary
off.
Jane on.
Oh, that's the actual paper copy.
Yeah. So the reason I'm showing you that is because when you come over next, we've cut it out and we've put it up in our shed where we poop.
Okay.
So while we're pooping, we're staring at Mary Jane.
I'm
Just
glad
like
you
old
said
school
pooping.
mechanics. You know, you
I'm so
used to
glad
go.
You said pooping.
You used to go to the auto shop to get work on your car, and I gotta go pee, and you go to the bathroom, and there's sunshine girls all over the fucking place. They don't do that anymore. I was in an active tire and auto center, and I used to work for Ralph Chido when he first started that way back when I was in my 20s. Okay, and we had pictures up in the bathrooms, in the shops. The mechanics would have pictures on their boxes and stuff. And it's like, I said to the guy in the active tire I went into the other day to see about tires, I was like, you know, it's so much different. You used to walk into these places and there'd be pictures all over the walls. Now you're watching Modern Family on the TV. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Do you know why? Do you know why?
Because life's changed.
No, HR got involved.
Yeah, HR got
called
involved.
inclusivity.
HR got involved, and a whole bunch of Karens showed up.
Oh my God.
And it changed our way of life
I just
forever.
want to say,
Just
could you
like,
imagine?
hey, do you notice? Wait, no. Have you noticed the media hasn't talked about the new normal anymore?
Well,
because this is now
it is normal. Yeah.
Right?
You know what?
They've already brainwashed you.
You know what I'm glad that is pretty much stopped happening. It's not happening as much. Is people aren't saying in this difficult times. That is, it's just like, come here, I'll show you fucking difficult times. Okay.
Yeah, caveman and saber-toothed tigers.
Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Wait until New Year's. We're going to hear a lot about how 2020 sucked and everybody's ready for 2021.
Oh, already happening.
2021 is going to suck worse when people are paying their money back.
Yeah.
I just want to say, you know, my friends.
2021's going to suck when they're paying that money back and they got no jobs.
My friends got
open.
into that with the CERB, and they're one's on CPP, one's on ODSP, and it's just fucked them both.
And they were collecting CERB while they were on CPP.
You know what? Some people didn't have a choice. Well, she
Well,
worked.
They have a choice because,
dude, I'm not going to argue with about it because I'm just making a point. She was working, and she couldn't work, so they had to apply for CERB.
Right.
Okay, and now he's lost his ODSP because of it.
Oh yeah, that's ODSP is just being pricks.
That's right. That's all I'm getting at.
Here's what it is. Yeah, ODSP is provincial, and the CERB money was federal, and it has no effects. And same thing happened.
The only thing I'm on
that got evicted.
I'm on ODSP. The only thing that they offered us was $100. That was it.
For cleaning supplies.
Yeah, for whatever it was. Yeah.
But there's nothing that would have stopped you from applying for the CERB. But if you had applied for the CERB, then ODSP would have cut you off completely because you got that money from ODSP, or they would have clawed it back.
They clawed it back.
Yeah.
But if you can't pay it back, they cut you off.
But it's not right because that money's coming
from the federal
government, and all it is ODSP is basically lining their own pockets with money that's rightfully that person's money.
That the government, the federal government,
right, coming from the provincial coffers, not the federal.
Oh yeah.
It's this is a group of people that have been assembled by our government to represent them and help us who are disabled. And we are we are literally and people on CPP and in Ontario on ODSP are literally at the bottom of the barrel. Somebody on Ontario works, basic welfare gets more representation and help from them. ODSP, you go on, you're on disability, I have mental health issues, I can't work, and what else am I supposed to do? Sit in my apartment and be a good little disabled person? No.
True.
Well, CERB was confusing in the beginning too because
people jumped on it because it was free money.
I had a friend who had 2 jobs, and she needed both jobs to make ends meet, to pay her bills. Now, she couldn't work one of them, but she was still able to work the other one. So she applied for CERB because she was unable to work at one job and losing money, and she ended up getting dinged.
So, but some people just didn't have a choice. They are doing so bad, working or not, that this money was there. I'm going to grab it. And now they are stealing lives. The government is stealing. Are they stealing lives to try and get this money back?
I know some people that were in that same situation on disability, and some of them claimed month to month, and they were having to pay half the money back to disability. Yeah. Now, I have another friend who claimed it all in a lump sum for the entire amount and became ineligible for 1 month and then ended up going on the next month.
Yeah.
He was blown away at the fact that because he didn't claim every month, he actually got to keep more money. Thousands of dollars more money.
Okay. And somebody that's doing that is playing the system and they got caught.
Well, see, no, they probably didn't report it. That's the
what
thing.
I mean.
They needed to report it.
They got caught. Right?
Yeah.
If you're going to play the game, you have to play by their rules, period. In that situation. Okay?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
No, it is. It's very unfortunate. So we're getting close.
If nothing's ever free money from the government.
But the way they went about setting this stuff up in Ontario, anyways, okay, was in a way that it was, if you need help, period, we are here. Mm-hmm. Fill out this form, no questions asked. Here you go.
Yeah, see, that I think was the government's problem. They didn't do any validation. They literally, anybody could have applied. There were homeless people applying.
Yes.
That's right. And this is
how are they going to, they're never going to get that money back.
This is also why there's been a drastic increase in overdose deaths, especially on the West Coast, because now you're giving all of these homeless people who are addicts free money every month.
Yeah.
So they're
and
going
some
nuts.
people consider that a type of cleansing.
Yeah.
Whoever thinks that's a cleansing is a cocksucker.
That's right. It is.
That's not right. That's sick people that were already depressed, had anxiety, other pains and issues, and you just fed them all that free money.
Yeah.
That's just, it was actually reckless and dangerous. And
that's like handing an alcoholic a bottle of gin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also, Jesus, really coincidence during the pandemic that the goddamn fucking liquor store stayed open? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying it was a health thing.
Service.
They were
it's an
saying
essential service.
Somebody was addicted, right? That if they didn't get there,
exactly.
You want to know? To me, what an essential service would mean is a business that, in relation to cannabis, educated people about that. That's an essential service. Garbage man, a cop, a paramedic, a doctor, a nurse. Those are essential services. Thank God.
Honestly,
you also have to look at grocery stores.
You are an essential service, Len. Okay?
Oh no, I get it. But quite frankly, in my opinion, every business and every working person is an essential service in this country. And if you feel at risk, or if the government thinks some people are at risk, pay them to stay home, but allow people to make a living was always my choice.
Yeah.
A restaurant, where somebody can go, and going to a restaurant for me has always been a night out. Now it's any restaurant, go in, get your order, and leave. Yeah. You can't even sit out on the patios anymore. The minute that I could sit out on a patio, we did. We sat. Where was it, Tim? In just outside Coburg. What was it called? It's a hotel that is there, and there's a restaurant. And you, a couple of weeks ago, Len, went out for dinner. You were late on the show because you were going out for dinner. You had reservations on a patio. Yeah.
We have our restaurants are open here. What they've done is health inspectors have gone into every restaurant in the province and given them a maximum occupancy. You can go into the restaurant. You wear a mask going in. You wear a mask to your table. Once you're seated at your table, you can remove your mask, eat your food. When you leave, wear your mask and get out. And what they've done is spaced the tables far enough apart from each other that it's very safe to go in. So we've been going to restaurants for the last couple months.
Yeah, me as well.
Now Halifax are shut down.
We've just started going and eating in them.
When you walk in...
Do they have barriers in between the tables?
Not up here, and not in this area, as you know, Mary.
Here, most of them have more than a 6-foot distance. The health department is the one that laid everybody out of where they could have their tables and they could serve them.
You boiling
water? But also, as soon as you walk in the door, you're asked a series of questions, such as if you've left the country or anything like that. At least one person in the party's name is taken with a phone number.
Yes, there's a few restaurants that have asked us that. Yes,
and some restaurants go so far as to actually take your temperature,
which is stupid.
Using one of those nice forehead things.
Have not that happened? Had that happened? But I have.
We have one restaurant in Truro that does it because they actually had a COVID case in there early on, so they've been overly diligent in who goes in their restaurant now.
It's not even snowing out there. Is it snowing over there, Mary Jane?
No, it was raining.
It's raining here.
Tim just came in, and he was in the shed, and he said it's clear outside. Cleary.
That just means everyth's going to get cold and freeze in the morning.
It's already cold and fucking frozen. But you know what? Okay, so just so far we have skirted. We still got to close it up at the tongue, but we've skirted the whole trailer. Put rocks down underneath and that black stuff, and we've got a heater to go underneath it as well. But this furnace, man, I mean, it's been so -7 so far.
You're going to hang out there all winter?
Not all winter, no.
Or most of it. But I'll make a suggestion because you're right in farm country, right?
Yeah.
Go see if somebody's got bales of straw.
Yeah, you know what?
Bales of straw all the way around your skirting.
A few people have said that, and we're considering it. That yes,
it's a really good idea.
Yep,
I have a tent outside that I use in the wintertime.
I know a few people that will go out and tent and camp in the winter. Yeah. I suggested that to Tim, but he doesn't want to. I said I'll buy you a little stove and everything. We'll stick it in there.
I use it as a workshop, but I have it lined with straw bales.
Yeah.
So it actually helps a lot. Keeps that cold from getting under that trailer.
Well, you know what? I'm experimenting this winter, as you know, and I'll be here periodically. We came and it was a winter wonderland. It was snow everywhere. I got 10 feet to my door and I slipped.
Yeah.
And so I've had my first winter fall already, but now I have my new walker, so that'll be fun. I like snow. I got a lawn thing, and I like doing lawn care and blowing snow and stuff. So, anyway, so we've skirted.
So you say at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. We skirted and hoping for the best, right?
Lenny, do you shovel your driveway?
Snowblower.
You snowblow it yourself, or somebody else does it?
No, I got my own snowblower.
Yeah. Snow blowing. You don't have a snowblower, Marcel?
Oh, I have one.
Yeah,
but I haven't had to use it in the last couple of years because my next door neighbor, who's retired now, is really bored. So one of his favorite hobbies is.
So there you go. Dale has a story too.
Plow.
first year I bought my snowblower, I was so excited to use it, and this was the winter after we had a really bad winter. And we only had 2 snowstorms that year. Both snowstorms, my neighbor come over with his snowblower and blew me out both times before I had a chance to get to it.
Snowblower sit in the garage for an entire year before you get to use it.
I didn't use it the whole first year I owned it.
Well, I bought a generator this fall, and of course, fucking power didn't go from a hurricane.
Just saying hi then.
Now, see, I bought a generator a couple of years ago to go to Harvest Fest, and
that was a good generator.
Power did go off, and actually, I used that generator to power both houses. Ours next door.
We are powering the trailer and the shed with a generator. I can't remember, 4,500 watts or what is it? Was it? I don't remember what it is, but it's a good one.
I just saw one saw one in. You got how much, Lenny?
I think it's 8,000.
Yeah, that's a nice
Yours
size.
is?
I just saw one the other night that was $6,250. I don't forget what store. I think it might have been Walmart. Holy crap! It's like half the size of my generator.
This was on sale. I think it was $370 something. Yeah, something like that. $369 on sale at Canadian Tire. It's a Mastercraft or whatever their brand is now, Motorcraft.
Yeah,
isn't it? Oh, but anyways, it's been more than handling what we need. We leave it running all night just so that we've got the furnace going, and I can't wait till I have hydro though, because I'm getting sick of the sound of it.
You used my generator, Al?
I did, yeah. While we were doing shows and stuff, or trying to.
Because I got that generator because it was quiet enough that we could run it there. Unfortunately, everybody around us didn't get the memo.
Yeah, well, I mean, this one's sitting in behind the. Can you hear it?
No.
It's sitting in behind the kitchen area. So, but it's soon going to be further away.
It's in a box too, right?
Yeah, we put it. But Tim built a little box for it, so it cuts down. Oh yeah.
That's Tim. He's a pretty handy guy.
He is the Tim the Tool Man Mitchell. Yes, he really is.
I need to get myself a Tim.
There you go. You have a Timmy. You already have a Timmy.
I have a Timmy, not a Tim.
Put a suit on him and call him Tim. Take him out for dinner.
No, I like Timmy better.
I know you do. Timmy only gets called Timmy when you want something. It's like, Timmy! But anyways, so, yeah.
We didn't talk much about cannabis tonight.
Well, that's okay. That's all right.
We tried at the start.
We tried, though.
Yeah, we tried.
But then
We did. We talked about cannabis hypermetesis.
Yeah, we talked about all the problems cannabis causes, remember?
Oh, yes.
I don't remember what we talked about. We go back and listen to the show, man.
Since we covered worst advocacy show ever.
There you go.
We talked about all the problems that cannabis can cause. Next time we should start talking about all the good things.
What's your URL again, Mary Jane?
It's everythingmj.ca.
And we call her Mary Ann because we think she looks like Mary Ann from Gilligan's Island. Uh-oh. All right. What did you say, Mary Jane?
Oh, I got to do something too, though.
You said your URL. Would you say it again, please?
Just in case, this is for Al, because I think everybody else got it, but it's everythingmj.ca.
Well, I haven't seen it yet. So I want to look.
Seen it.
I have not been to her website yet.
You'll look at it tonight.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because this is the first time she's given me the flipping URL. But
no, it's the third time.
Oh, she's been putting it on Facebook.
Okay, well, if you send me a link and send me a little graphic, I'll put it in the spinny thing on the front of the website so people go to our website at 420radio.ca and get everything, links to everybody. I'll do the same thing for your drugstore, too, if you like, Len. A la carte.
A la carte?
Yeah, a la carte.
Medicine shop free advertising.
Is that like Al? Like Al?
Yes, it's a la carte. I bought a wagon today. Okay, I bought a little wagon that dumps. I'm looking forward to using it. On that note, this is the 420 Radio Show. I'm Al. Marcel's over there hiding behind his Christmas stuff. We got the hobo and Lenny, and Darcy's in bed sleeping, listening to it. Fuck you, Darcy. You lazy bitch.
Been in bed all week.
Yep, you've been smoking too much weed. You got that dependency thing going on, man.
C's been hiding here all night too, by the way. Doesn't say shit.
Yeah, he doesn't say much. He talks to Marcel off air, I think. That's what it is.
Yes, sometimes that happens.
Hello, and fuck off Steven's right here meowing at me because I haven't said hi to him in a while. So we'll be here next week, and have yourself a good week, and stay true to yourself. How's that?
Oh, wasn't that nice of you?
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, I'm muting you now, Marcel.
No.
No.
The girl of your dreams has got to be in some bar.
Sorry, boys and girls, but this is X-rated. So if you're under 18...
Get the point? Good.
Enough? Bend over.
Y'all ready for this?
Get it up. Get it up. I can't wait anymore.
I like to watch.
Whatever you desire. I know you'll like it. Do it.
We do it all night long.
So what are you doing? Nothing. Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
The recording has stopped.